global community unites in calling for immediate end to violence in Libya. Concern for the safety of Libyan protesters continues to spread as reports surface on the severe violence they are facing, with the International Coalition Against War Criminals estimating there have been 519 deaths, 3,980 injuries, and over 1,500 missing since protests began on January 17th. Following reports that warplanes, helicopters, and missiles were brought out against the protesters, the UN Security Council and the Arab League held separate emergency talks about Libya's crisis, after which the Arab League announced that Libya's membership in the League was being suspended. Both the UN Security Council and Arab League Secretary General Amr Moussa are demanding a halt to the violence against the Libyan people, with the UN Security Council also calling for the government to meet its responsibility to protect Libyan citizens, saying that those responsible for attacks must be held accountable. The number of international leaders calling for all violence to cease is growing, with UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon conveying his shock as he emphasizes that attacks on unarmed civilians from Libyan warplanes and helicopters constitutes a clear and severe violation of international law.
Qatar's Prime Minister Hamad bin Jassim bin Jaber Al Thani and Bahraini Foreign Minister Khalid Al Khalifa have also joined in expressing their concern over the extreme violence. Interior Minister Abdul Fattah Yunus, who is also an army general, announced he was resigning from all of his positions with the Libyan regime as he urged all the armed forces to join with the Libyan people. Libyan ambassadors to Australia, the US, Bangladesh and Malaysia, as well as embassy employees in Sweden, have either resigned or announced their allegiance with the protesters. Libyan leaders of the Wafala, Tuareg and Migraha tribes have also affirmed that they are joining the protesters, and military leaders in neighbouring Egypt announced that Libyan border guards have left their posts, with refugee camps and field hospitals now being set up near the Saloum border crossing.
Meanwhile, international embassies are ordering that all non-essential personnel leave Libya as governments arrange to evacuate their citizens from the country, including Egypt, Germany, Portugal, the United States, and Russia. Greece has offered to evacuate Chinese nationals from Libya via ship and is evaluating requests from other countries as well. Oil companies, including Italy's Eni, Royal Dutch Shell plc, UK-based BP, and Germany's Wintershall, have begun evacuating foreign workers and their families. Although communication services have been shut down in many cases, people are using satellite phones and online service Twitter to communicate with outside media about the situation, and Dutch internet service provider Access for All has set up an internet modem service for Libyans.
We sorrow for all lives lost and wish that the troubles will ease and peace will reign in all countries.